The battle for the top spot in the GMC. The 6-0 Lakota West Firebirds are taking on the 5-1 Mason Comets. We're over halfway through the regular season, and these are the only two remaining undefeated teams in GMC play. After tonight, let's see who can stay that way. I'm Adam Little, joined alongside my brother and partner for tonight's broadcast, Andrew Little. And as we have just kicked off, Andrew, what are you looking forward to in tonight's matchup?
Well, I'm looking forward to see how the Comets perform against what's been the top team in the GMC. And the Comets are on a 5-game win streak right now. Their defense has been dominant, especially that defensive line. But the two main storylines tonight are the return of their star quarterback, Larson Brown, after a 2-game absence from a shoulder injury, and then Jake Bates, their star captain linebacker, who's also missed the past 2 games. Those two guys are going to be critical if they want to knock off the Firebirds tonight.
And Lakota West, their main storyline, they've got that dominant defense, especially on the safety side, the Ohio State commit, Malik Hartford, and the Notre Dame commit, Ben Minnick. And starting off for the Comets on offense, Larson Brown under center. As he's going to hand it off to his running back, Tay Hibbett, and Tay Hibbett with a great rush, arguably the best first play of the Comets season, as they pick up 10 yards. That's going to be just enough for a first down.
Yeah, establishing this run game early is going to be so important for the Comets. That star-studded secondary for Lakota West is going to make it difficult to throw consistently. And Tay Hibbett, he's been really coming along these past few weeks. The Comets need to get him going, and you couldn't have asked for a better start getting a first down run.
10-yard gain on the carry.
And the Comets, they've had
first down and 10.
That almost 3-headed monster at running back, but Tay Hibbett, the sophomore, he's emerged as the favorite back. As a man in motion is Braden Greer. It's going to be a toss to Hibbett, and Hibbett on the outside as he's going to be swarmed by the speed from Lakota West. That time it is number 1, the Ohio State commit, Malik Hartford.
Yep, and the Comets, tried to counter Hartford there. They stacked the receivers, brought Greer in motion, but Hartford just so fast coming downhill, able to neutralize Hibbett. He's showing right there why he's a Division I commit.
And yeah, a lot of you may have seen his viral clip on the internet in their first game against St. X, as he absolutely torched a St. X receiver after a hit. He definitely has that downfield speed. As Brown takes it, hands it off to Hibbett, and Hibbett's going to be stopped just at the line. Lucky to pick up about 3 yards, so it's going to be
again on the carry for the
3rd and 10 for the Comets.
Tackled by number 96.
Third down situation of the game.
And obviously everybody talks about the Lakota West defensive back room, and for good reason, but their front 7 is no slouch either, and they're led by number 90, Elijah Davis, their star junior defensive lineman. He's getting got to get a lot of looks, and then their outside linebacker, Jacob Asbeck, right now leads the GMC in tackles for loss. So their run defense is just as stout.
3rd down and 9.
And, we apologize for the glare as the Lakota West sun is beating right down on us. 3rd and 9 for Larson Brown. And that time, he's going to be met in the backfield. It's going to be Micah Marley, the linebacker, the sophomore. He's going to meet him first.
Yeah, and Markley and Asbeck right there. Lakota West, they like to run a lot of those zero blitz and just leave their guys on an island, trust the DBs, and there annihilate Larson Brown.
And those sacks have been a big issue for the Comets. Part of the reason that Larson Brown has been injured twice this season.
Back deep to receive number 14, Brennan Remy.
And a very short punt that time from Sean Krugerberg. As Lakota West is going to start right at the 50-yard line. And Andrew, we've talked a lot about the Lakota West defense so far and how electric they are. Talk to us a little bit about this offense.
And this offense is putting up crazy numbers so far this season, and most of that comes from their quarterback, Mitch Bolden. Right now he leads the GMC in passing yards and passing touchdowns. He's got over 1,000 yards, only player in the conference to do that, 13 touchdowns, and he's also their leading rusher. He's rushed for over 300 yards, so he's a do-it-all guy, and they like to line him up in shotgun like they have him right now.
And definitely safe to say he's a contender for GMC Player of the Year as Bolden steps back and finds his target early. This time's going to be a big gain. Trent Lloyd, as he picks up 20 yards on the curl route.
Yeah, and Trent Lloyd, technically this team's running back, but they don't use him like that a lot. Almost more of a receiver than a running back. Lakota West, they rely so much on their speed on the outside, trust their offensive line, and now their offensive line isn't as dominant as it was last year when they had Ohio State commit Tegra Shabola, now Shapola up in Columbus, but Lakota West still has some talent there.
And a wide set, 5 receivers for Lakota West. This time Bolden finds Brennan Remy, his favorite target. He's going to pick up 5 yards.
Remy, not just Bolden's favorite target, but the favorite target in all of the GMC. He leads the conference in receptions and in yards. He's been a breakout player this year, the junior.
Excuse me, that is going to be a first down for Remy. And Lakota West 6-0, sitting at the top of the GMC with the Comets, and they are arguably state title favorites in Ohio for Division I. But they've got a lot of youth, a lot of juniors on this team with Remy. As Bolden takes a snap, and he's going to be brought down by number 52 for the Comets, Aaron Spears. And Aaron Spears, he's been quiet this year, but a huge play.
Yeah, and Lakota West, I've mentioned it already, but they've been in empty so far this entire game, have not had a running back there, so just 5-man protection. The Comets finally, blitz more than 4 guys, and Aaron Spears, Caden Davis taking advantage of it there. That's an area the Comets believe that they've got Lakota West's number, the D-line offensive line battle.
7-yard loss on the play, 2nd down and long.
7-yard loss on the sack from Aaron Spears. 4 receivers set for Lakota West. Giovanni Wilson's in motion as Bolden is rolling to his right. Swarmed by Comets. This time it's going to be the junior, Liam McMains, to take him down
Number 7,
a yard after the line of scrimmage. So it's not going to be a sack, but a great defensive stop by Liam McMains.
McMains, the junior, he's really stepped into a big role this year. As one of those primary defensive linemen. Coach Barrick Falk likes to rotate the D lineman, and McMains has made himself a mainstay of that rotation there. Stops Bolden. We know how dangerous Bolden can be with his legs, and stops him before he can make anything happen.
And that time Bolden is going to be stopped in the backfield for a sack. So 4th and 18 now for Lakota West.
He was tackled by number 51.
It's going to be a very hard decision here. Let's see if they're going to bring the field goal unit out. And they are a very long field goal attempt. And it's going to be the senior Tyler Bond, the lefty, to kick for Lakota West.
Number 35, Tyler
the Comets, what a turnaround there on that drive, their pass rush. Absolutely dominant on those last few plays.
And let's see if Tyler Bond has enough leg. And he nails it through. So a long field goal for Tyler Bond as Lakota West takes the early lead over the Comets, 3-0.
46-yard field goal. You don't see those that often in high school football. Lakota West trusts their kicker there.
Yeah.
But the Comets, I think you're happy with 3 considering the field position Lakota West was in the first few the plays of that drive. So now the Comets do have a little bit of momentum. Their defense looked really good out there.
Yeah, and as big of a Mason Comet fan I am, I happen to work with the Lakota West kicker Tyler Bond. So, cool to see, one of my work buddies nailing a 46-yard field goal. I just kind of wish it was for the Comets instead of Lakota West.
Yeah, and having a kicker with that kind of range, that's a weapon, especially in a game like this where 2 dominant defenses, you kind of expect it to be more low scoring than Lakota West's typical fare.
Yeah, and Bond, he's been looked at by some small colleges, nothing big yet, so he's still undecided on college, but yeah, definitely has some college interest. And that 46-yard field goal is evidence for that. So back for the Comets, Sean Krukenberg. Is that one a touchback? And again, something we don't see very often in high school football, a touchback. But when you've got a kicker like Tyler Bond, that explains it.
Yeah, Adam, when you were telling me, I work with the Lakota West kicker, I didn't expect much of him, but this guy, he's the real deal. The best kicker that Comets have faced since last year when they faced off with Centerville. They had Jackson Corville, and that guy's now kicking at Ohio State. But now the Comet offense getting back out there. You had a great first play, Tay Hibbett, 10-yard rush. And then after that Lakota West defensive line got a lot of pressure on Larson Brown. Comets couldn't get anything going.
Mason takes over 1st and 10.
So after one possession by each team, 6 minutes and 19 seconds remain in the first quarter. as Larson Brown under center for the Comets. He's going to hand it off to his sophomore running back, Tay Hibbett. This time, Tay Hibbett only able to pick up a few inches.
32, Shelvin Hibbett was the ball
Mike
carrier for the Comets.
Brandkamp, right there. They're one of their star linebackers. Comes downhill, Lakota West. That's something they lean on.
44.
Their linebackers coming downhill, hitting guys. Again, you can kind of leave them out of coverage, commit more to the run because you have those safeties back there, Minnick and Hartford.
Second down.
That really helps the run defense.
Man in motion for the Comets is Colin Billhorn. But it's going to be handed off to Tay Hibbett, and another nice run by Tay Hibbett. And he's going to be close to the first down marker. Let's see if they give it to him.
The handoff went to number 32.
And Hibbett got touched about 4 to 5 yards after, after the line of scrimmage there, but just pushes his way forward, dives, and nearly gets that first down. Yeah, and they're going to give it to him. I was going to say he fell into the chain gang, but
first down, Mason.
And the Comets, getting Hibbett going was obviously the primary focus of the game plan, but I'm expecting them to take a few shots downfield so far, or they haven't done that any so far, but starting to get these Lakota West DBs to crash.
That one's going to be handed off to Hibbett. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Sailors was the ball carrier.
Nick Sailors, excuse me, is going to take that one.
And Sailors was almost at a 180-degree angle when he got tackled there because Malik Hartford tackled him and picked him up by his legs. So another impressive play in the backfield from Hartford.
Hartford
crashing downfield.
That's something the Comets they really had to plan for, was the speed from this Lakota West secondary. They've got 3 4-stars.
Second down and 8.
An Ohio State commit, a Notre Dame commit, and then a Northwestern commit. That's definitely an adjustment. As this time Brown drops back and he underthrows his target, Braden Greer. That one almost picked off by Malik Hartford. Very scary.
14.
Yeah, Brown doesn't get as much velocity on that ball as he normally does, and then Braden Greer kind of slips on his route, isn't able to come back on it the way he wanted to, and they nearly paid for it. Hartford almost picks that one off. So Comets, when they finally get their play action going, no success, but they're lucky that didn't turn into 6 for the other side.
And Greer had him beat. That ball, just underthrown by Larson Brown, and Brown, hasn't played in technically weak, but he was out almost the entire game against Middletown.
Yeah, that left shoulder took a pretty big hit that game.
And Brown, he's going to fake roll out ref, but hand it to Nick Sailors, and Nick Sailors very close to a first down. Let's see where they mark him.
Number 20, Nicholas
first down.
Sailors.
And they're going to give him the first down. I thought he got through, and that was a great play design, from the Comets. Larson Brown acted like he was going to drop back, but then handed off with the draw. A little bit of a, won an Oscar with that one.
Yeah, a little RPO right there, and Nick Sailors, it looked like he stumbled as soon as he got that handoff, but able to recover and had a lot of open space, gashes the Lakota West defense, so big-time third down conversion there.
So 3 receivers for Brown as he drops back, and he's rolling to his right. He's looking for Braden Greer. That ball again underthrown. And we thought Greer might be able to pull it in. But that's going to be knocked away from Joshua Fussell.
Yeah, and Larson Brown took a big hit right there when he got it. And then Josh Fussell, the Northwestern commit. That ball just travels maybe a few yards shorter than it would have initially. Fussell makes every yard count and knocks it away. But that looked like it could have been a big connection from Brown to Greer. And credit to the Lakota West defensive line there. Without that big hit on Brown right after he threw the ball, I think that would have been a touchdown. So 2nd and 10 at the Mason 45-yard line. Brown going to hand that one off to Hibbett, as Hibbett's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage again.
Number 32, Shelvin Hibbett on the carry.
Yeah, and Asbeck destroyed Hibbett
by number 11,
very quickly into that run, only able to get 1 yard. And Asbeck, the junior, he's been a major breakout for this defense, leading the GMC in sacks and tackles for loss. The clock will stop as the officials are meeting at midfield.
But yeah, Andrew, we talked about Lakota West 6-0 on the season. They had a huge win over St. Xavier. And walk us through a little bit about that from that game, Andrew.
Yeah, and St. X, traditionally one of the best teams in Cincinnati. And, St. X lost a lot of guys last year, including their quarterback now at Yale. So junior Jack O'Malley was getting the start, and Lakota West used their experienced defense to hold the Bombers to just 13 points. And then that big hit from Malik Hartford at the end kind of sealed the deal. It was a very tight, close game. But ever since then, it hasn't been close at all for the Firebirds. They've scored 30 points in the last 5 games. Or at least 30 points in each of their last 5 games. And that was headlined by their dominant victory over Lakota East. Showing their dominance in the rivalry.
Yeah, this is arguably the biggest game of the season in the GMC 2 weeks ago was Lakota West and Princeton. The 2 undefeated GMC teams facing off again as Brown takes a snap on 3rd and 9 as he's looking deep for his target, Colin Billhorn, and that one is going to be intercepted by Lakota West. That one, number 13, Ben Minnick.
And Ben Minnick, the Notre Dame commit, showing off his range there. He has legit, 10-second 100-meter dash speed right there. Comes out of his zone, able to intercept that ball. And that kind of serves as a bit of a punt there, though. If you're looking for the bright side for the Comets, Lakota West getting the ball at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, and that's just a perfect example of how lethal this Lakota West secondary can be. I mean, Colin Billhorn was swarmed with 2 defenders, and Brown just tried to force a throw. But now it's going to be a jet sweep to Trent Lloyd. Trent Lloyd able to pick up 4 on the rush.
Yeah, that jet sweep. So even when they're running the ball, it's not really a run. So those jet sweeps kind of count as passes. And getting 5 yards there, you'll take that if you're Lakota West. Just kind of gashing the Comet defense. You want to stay on the field a lot, especially now that you are ahead. You know that your defense is going to do the heavy lifting for you.
Second down, and they're going to mark it up 2nd and 5 instead of 2nd and 6. So trips to the right. That's Bolden. That time he's going to find Trent Lloyd again, this time for the first down. Lakota West has been gashing this Comet defense so far.
Yeah, and Mitch Bolden right now working the Comet defense. And Bolden getting a lot of looks from colleges. He's not committed yet, but offers, headline Marshall, Western Michigan, Army. Schools definitely like what they see in Bolden with his dual threat ability.
Same set for Lakota West. This time it's going to be a handoff, but that time Tammy Adesanya along with Kai Woolfolk, they're just going to swarm.
24, Junior Gonzalez. Carry for the Firebirds.
Yeah, and Woolfolk just came downhill like a battering ram.
He was stopped by number 44.
Stuffed Gonzalez.
Kai Woolfolk.
And Woolfolk, he's really stepped up these past few weeks with Jake Bates' absence. Has kind of been the alpha linebacker. And now he gets Bates back next to him, and that definitely makes his life a lot easier.
I've talked a lot with Coach Catchin this year, and Kai Woolfolk, he's been one of the main junior leaders on this Comet squad. As Bolden in a lot of trouble behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be taken down. And it's the return of Jake Bates, the hammer.
Yeah, and the Comets have been using Jake Bates a lot as a blitzer this year, and it's been successful so far this game. He nearly had a sack earlier. It got wrapped up by a different defender, and then gets that sack. Definitely big for him. The first tackle after an injury always feels good.
The first quarter's winding down.
3rd down and 11.
Now 30 seconds left. Let's see what Lakota West tries to do. And this has been a quick first quarter. Lakota West has possession. 3rd and 11 as Bolden drops back, holding on to the ball an awful long time. And he's going to be taken down by a swarm of Comets, headlined by Bryce Falk, and that's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, right there, the Comets defensive line again winning the battle in the trenches. A very inexperienced Lakota West offensive line. They're kind of getting exposed a little bit. Mitch Bolden looking like Joe Burrow in the early weeks of the Bengals games, just trying to evade pressure and taking a lot of sacks.
That ends the first quarter of play with our score. Lakota West
And that's
3,
going to
Mason
take us
0.
to the end of the first quarter. The Mason Comets currently trailing Lakota West Firebirds 3-0. Make sure you stay tuned. Welcome back to Lakota West High School. The Firebirds
Back deep to punt.
currently
For
beating
Firebirds, number
Mason
13,
Comets 3-0. But a great
Back deep to
defensive
receive,
stand
number 33,
by the Comets
Sean
as Bryce Falk took down Mitch Bolden.
Kirkberg.
And it looks like a fake punt by Lakota West. A flag is thrown. So they pick up the first down on the fake punt.
Minnick
But there's a flag, so we'll await the call.
on the carry.
It's Ben Minnick who picked it up.
Yeah, and Minnick, their punter, and 4-star college Division I football safety recruit. So you definitely have a little bit of a flexibility there on these fake plays.
And the penalty is going to be declined. It's a hold on the Comets.
And that's worst.
Lakota West starting to pull out the tricks early.
That's worst case scenario for the Comets. You know, getting that stop early in the first quarter definitely built some confidence. But now, you know, fake punt, bad penalty there. And Lakota West going to stay on the field, just continue to drain the clock. That was a really, really fast first quarter. The Comets cannot let their defense get tired.
That offensive line trotting onto the field for Lakota West. They've been getting gashed all game by the Mason defensive line. Let's see if they can hold up. So 1st and 10, Lakota West inside of Comets territory at the 49-yard line. As Bolden takes a snap looking towards his right, and he finds his target, Trent Lloyd, and Trent Lloyd, how about that run after catch? Takes it all the way for 24 yards.
Yeah, Lloyd gets it there. Would have been a decent gain, but stops and goes, takes up a lot of yardage. And now after that fake punt and that catch, the Firebirds nearly in the Comets red zone. So it went from Mason getting the ball back only down 3 points. You know, they were going to have a chance to take the lead, to now Lakota West trying to extend their lead to double digits.
1st and 10, Lakota West.
You know, we talked about it a lot in the first quarter. You know, that difference in speed. Lakota West definitely has the speed advantage over the Comets. As Bolden drops back, holding on to the ball for an awful long time. As he takes a big shot, that ball in the end zone. And it's going to be a Lakota West touchdown. Brennan Remy, the star junior receiver, with the first touchdown of the game.
And Mitch Bolden finally airs it out. And who's he going to? Of course, it's his favorite target, Remy. And Remy matched up with the junior Stephen McCalmont right there. Just a mismatch. He brings that one down. And now Lakota West, after that fake punt, the touchdown, has all the momentum in this game.
So out trots Tyler Bond for the PAT attempt for Lakota West, and it is good. So Lakota West takes the early 10-0 lead with just under 12 minutes left in the second quarter.
And our score now stands, Lakota West 10, Mason 0.
And you know that Brendan Remy and Mitch Bolden connection, it's been something special all year, and we just saw a perfect example of that.
Yeah, and Remy, you know, last year, Lakota West really leaned on the guys that they lost in college, Jair Brown, Alex Safari. You know, last year's crop of 4-star defensive backs, and kind of assumed the approach would be the same. Ben Minnick played a lot of receiver last year. Hartford and Fussell played receiver. But Remy stepped up so much that they're allowing those guys to continue to focus on defense.
So back to beat it away for the Firebirds. That's going to be number 35, Tyler Bond. The Comets, they've got to get something started offensively. Had a few nice runs with Tay Hibbett, but other than that, unable to get much going.
Yeah, and Larson Brown facing a lot of pressure, so he hasn't been able to connect on any of the shots they're taking downfield.
It's going to be J.C. Deaton. A little bit of a fake by the Comets, as they tried to bunch together and do a little fake handoff, but nothing really happened from that, as Nick Saylor's going to get tackled at the 12-yard line.
And normally I'm all for trick plays. I love seeing them, but right there, that one just felt unnecessary. You bunch up 4 yards. You give Lakota West all the time to crash down their kickoff unit, and then it doesn't matter who gets the ball. They're probably getting hit. Only one of the Comets even snuck free once. They did break out. 3 of them got tackled.
Yeah, that play didn't make a lot of sense to me, but
Mason takes over 1st and 10.
It's going to push the Comets far back into their own territory at the 12-yard line. So Brown in the shotgun. As he takes the snap, he's going to hand it off to Hibbett. Hibbett, again, going to be swarmed, only able to pick up a yard.
And outside of the very first play of this game, the Comets have found little success on these first down runs, and Hibbett now has to come off the field. His helmet came off on that play. Weston Simmons coming in.
And yeah, I like seeing Weston Simmons coming to this game. Definitely has a lot of speed, and other than Hibbett, arguably the fastest running back on this team. So to kind of counteract that Lakota West speed in the secondary, I like seeing Weston Simmons check into the game. Braden Greer in motion, and there's going to be a jump. Lakota West frustrated, but we're likely to see. And it's going to be a neutral zone infraction from Lakota West.
Yeah, and the motion from Greer there, just confuses Lakota West. They get off rhythm. You jump the snap, but Mason loves to see that. One of the keys, if the Comets want to pull off the upset today, is to be the more disciplined team.
And that was huge for Mason. 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 9 open up the playbook a lot. Big difference. This time Greer in motion again. That one going to be handed off to Weston Simmons. And a nice push from the Comet offensive line. He's going to pick up about 3 yards. So 3rd and 1 for the Comets.
And this is a must-get play right here. Comets down 10, That trick play and the touchdown to Remy really threw a wrench in your plans. If this is a 3-0 game, totally different scenario. But the Comets, they have to get some points on the board, keep this drive going. But with the way the Lakota West run defense is playing, you can't guarantee yourself a yard with just a run.
3rd down.
So 3rd and 1 from the Comet 21-yard line. Very heavy set from Mason. That one, it's going to be handed off to Weston Simmons. And it looks like Simmons got enough for the 1st down.
Sailors.
And Sailors there falls forward. And he is going to get the 1st down. So the Comets just keeping the drive alive. That's all you need to do.
And Sailors is going to check out of the game after picking up that 1st down. It's a big 1st down conversion, 3rd down conversion for Mason. As Hibbett is now the lead back for the Comets. Jack Ryder and Braden Greer out wide. As Brown takes the snap. And again, just a 2-yard pickup. Those 1- and 2-yard pickups, we've seen that all night for Mason. Haven't really been able to get anything started. Yeah, the Comets just finding no success running the ball. They're getting swarmed every time. Elijah Davis, the big junior recruit, gets the tackle right there. This D-line.
Gain on the carry. 2nd down and 8.
Starting, both D-lines are winning at the line of scrimmage right now.
Lakota West playing very shallow as Brown hands it off.
And a
big time stop from Lakota West. That's going to push Mason back 2 yards.
The tackle is made by number 11, Jacob Asbeck.
Asbeck comes downhill there, gets Hibbett, and the Comets now in another really bad spot, 3rd and long, backed up around your own 20-yard line. You know, they need something here. And Mason, they've only tested that Lakota West secondary about 2 times. One of those attempts was an interception. Man in motion is going to be Chase Blevins. That's Brown rolling to his left. He's looking for Blevins, and that ball is going to be knocked away. That one going to be Tabron Beatty Powell, the junior defensive back.
Chase Blevins.
And Lakota West just blitzed everybody there again, trusting their defensive backs. And Brown tried to get it off, and one of those blitzing DBs just comes down, knocks it away. Comets forced to punt.
Yeah, and Blevins, he was wide open. That was the right play call there, but great defensive play by Lakota West. Sean Krugerberg boots it away. That one has some backspin, but then takes a friendly Comet bounce, and it's going to be touchdown at the 32-yard line. So Lakota West will now have possession with 7 minutes left in the first half.
Lakota West defense really coming into a rhythm. And now Mitch Bolden is trying to return the favor. They were struggling to move the ball earlier. Last drive, we had that big shot to Remy, set up by a fake punt and then a penalty. So likely. So Andrew, do you think we're going to see Lakota West keep the foot on the gas, go full throttle, or try to kind of milk the clock down and not give Mason any opportunities? This is Coach Tom Bolden. Going back to his days at Coleraine, he likes to get ahead early, but keep the foot on the gas and just take all the energy out of the opponent. Lakota West doesn't just want to win. They want to win big on their homecoming night.
Bolden dancing around in the pocket as he finds a wide open Brendan Remy, but a great play by J.C. Deaton as he jumps up and just tips that ball. He just saved a touchdown there.
Yeah, and Deaton got beat off the line by Remy, but able to recover there, smack that ball away. Hangs a little too long there from Bolden. Bolden gets a little more zip on it. That's probably a touchdown, but nice recovery from Deaton. And then Sean Krukenberg did his job playing center field there. Could have potentially saved the touchdown had they connected there. But that was one of West's opportunities. They're not going to get a lot of looks like that.
So 2nd and 10 now for Lakota West. The man in motion. And that's going to be Reese Mason. He's going to be stopped after a 2-yard gain.
And Mason met in the backfield, Wilson met in the backfield, able to fall forward and gets 3 yards.
Jacob Bates.
Brought down by Bates.
Yeah, Jake Bates with the tackle. And he's been eager to get back on that playing field. Missing these last 2 weeks has absolutely killed him. Flying around on the football field, that's his life, that's his identity. He's known as the hammer for those hard hits. So the Comets lucky to have him back. 3rd and 7 for Lakota West as Bolden takes the snap. Looking towards the middle of the field, and that one's going to be picked off by Kai Woolfolk. And Kai Woolfolk, a big-time play for the Comets, and that is exactly what the Comets needed.
Interception by number 44.
And the student section, the black hole coming to life, the sideline coming to life. As that's, Mr. Bolden's the first mistake of the game.
Yeah, Comets sideline, Comets student section going crazy. They needed that momentum boost right there. Kai Woolfolk just reads that play perfectly. Bolden can't find anybody open, forces it to the middle of the field, trying to find his running back. Interception. Now the Comets have great field possession, and they need a touchdown here.
Oh yeah, they have to convert. This is, early on in the game, Lakota West is a team where if they get the momentum early, the game's over.
And the Comets, one of the keys for them was not having bad field position. This is the best field position you're going to get all game. You need to take advantage of it.
And Brown hands it off to Hibbett. Hibbett with the hard run, pushing forward. He's going to pick up 6. And whenever Hibbett gets just a little bit of room from his offensive line, he's striking the hole, and he's able to push his way for a nice gain, but he just hasn't been able to do that often. Offensive line does get give him a little bit of room there. 2nd and 5, you'll certainly take that.
5-yard gain on the carry.
But now, close to the red zone,
Second down
Lakota
and
West,
5.
their safety's playing really close to the line of scrimmage.
And very surprising, as the Comets are kind of close to the red zone. Hibbett takes the delayed handoff. He's pushing forward. He's going to get a first down. Or he's going to be marked just short of first down, excuse me.
Yeah, Hibbett just gets met by a pack of West defenders, and he ended up coming out of that, but it was after the whistle was blown. So now 3rd and short. And this is 4-down territory, but Hibbett checking out. A little interesting now. You take your power back out.
I think, they're going to be looking for that power back in. Nick Sailors. And, definitely expect to see hopefully one straight run, but 2 straight runs by the Comets. This is 4-down territory. Comets heavy on the left side. As Sailors takes the handoff and lunges forward for a first down. It's going to be a 4-yard gain.
To number 20, Nicholas Sailors.
Yeah, and right there follows his pulling guard.
And
time continues to just drop down. Just over 4.5 minutes left in this first half. This game is speeding by, and the Comets, you like that if you're Mason. It's keeping the game close, but that just makes this drive more important.
So 1st and 10 at the Lakota West 18. Their first time in the red zone. And it looks like Lakota West is going to jump.
Flag on the play.
That's their 2nd offsides penalty of the night.
Yeah, and the Comets last week, one of their big struggles was discipline against Lakota East. They won that game by a sizable margin, but it probably could have been bigger. That was something Coach Kastner focused on. If you've seen Remember the Titans, you've seen the coach speech, we need to be perfect in every phase of the game. You got to be disciplined. And right now the Comets have been the more disciplined team, and that's helping them face a team that might on paper have more talent.
So Larson Brown in the shotgun, 2 receivers on his left. So he's going to hand it off to Sailors. And Sailors only able to pick up about 2 yards.
Number 20, Nicholas Sailors was the ball carrier.
So it's going to be 2nd and 3.
Tackled by number 5,
Mason.
Mike Brandkamp.
And the Comets, right now you're just taking what the defense gives you. You're happy with the now 2nd and short. Really got a nice break from that offsides from Lakota West. But ball security is going to be the key right now. Can't have another turnover.
And the Comets have to score here. Clock winding down. Just over 3 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. That's another handoff. That one
Handoff went to number 20.
It's going to be enough for the first down to the Comets.
By number 90, Elijah Davis.
It's going to be 1st and goal from the 7-yard line.
And now Hibbett checks in, so they're going to be looking to run with him. And this is when Lakota West is going to crash those DBs more than ever. The offensive line needs to step up their protection.
And if I'm Mason, 1st and 7, 2 one-on-ones on the left side. I'm looking to get Larson Brown involved. But they're going to hand it off to Hibbett, as Hibbett is going to be met quickly as he pushes forward for 2 yards. 2nd and goal at the 5.
And Adam, you just said, maybe test the single coverage over there. The problem is the two guys in coverage right now are 4-star recruits. Josh Fassell, obviously a starting quarterback, but Ben Minnick, their safety. They brought him down into the slot, playing man coverage, and his brother Drew just checked out of the game. So they've got 8 guys in the box and then trusting their 3-star defensive backs.
And the younger Minnick brother, Comets are going to be looking to test him all night. Definitely one of the weaker out of the core. As that one's going to be handed off to Tay Hibbett. Hibbett pushing forward. He's going to be stopped at the 1-yard line. So 3rd and goal.
The handoff went to number 32.
Adam Drew Minnick, he's not a 4-star recruit. He's not committed to the big Power 5 college. But he's held his own this year. Has an interception, been good in coverage, but teams have been picking on him all season long. He's got a lot of confidence, and only a junior. That's a guy that they're going to count on heavily next year.
3rd down and goal.
And this game just continues. The clock continues to wind down. 1:20 left in the 2nd quarter. 3rd and 1. Is that one going to be handed off to Nick Sailors? Nick Sailors chugging his feet, and he's in for a touchdown. Nick Sailors with the touchdown. There's going to be a flag on the field. But that was huge for Mason. Lakota West is going to be starting the second half with the ball. Comets needed to get on the board, and their power back, Nick Sailors, does it.
And only a minute and 13 seconds left on the clock. What a drive from the Comets. Start off with great field position thanks to Kai Wolfwick's interception. And they're just run the ball down the throat of Lakota West, keeping yourself in this game. And we did see last season Lakota West score late in the first half.
Flag on the play.
We'll elaborate on that after this kick.
And they are going to call a flag, and it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct from Lakota West. And it's going to be enforced on the kickoff.
And that's big right there. Lakota West has so much big playability. The more the Comets can pin them back, the better. Colson Bunch.
Colson Bunch has been taking over extra field goal duties. And he nails it through. Coach Kastner is pumped up as the Comets cut the Firebird lead down to 3, 10-7.
Yeah, and Adam, we're over here very close to the Lakota West student section. It's their homecoming right now. They're silent. This game was a lot closer than they were expecting. Comets have all the momentum right now, but 1 minute 13 seconds, that might be too much time. Last year at home, it was the Comets' homecoming last year. Jair Brown, the Ohio State defensive back, they played him at receiver. He scored a touchdown in the final moments and extended the Firebirds' lead to 2 touchdowns, similar to the scoreboard right now. The Comets can't let that happen again, but that penalty, that late unsportsmanlike penalty, after the touchdown, is going to come back to bite Lakota West. They're going to get very poor field position unless they can make something happen on this kick return.
Yeah, we're likely going to see a touchback from Bunch unless something goes wrong, but that was huge for Mason. As you said, we're right by the Lakota West student section. The energy is dead, but right across the field and on the Mason sideline, a lot of energy. They've got all the momentum, and this is exactly the game Coach Kastner wanted.
Yeah, the Comets, they came into this one. I wrote an article for the Chronicle earlier in the week. A lot of people didn't believe in the Comets coming into this game. Both teams are 5-0 in the GMC, but people were saying Lakota West, they're state playoff contenders, and the Comets, they're pretenders. Comets trying to show them that they prove that they belong in that conversation right now and doing a good job, only down by 3.
Back deep to receive. Number 46, Sam Afari.
And back deep to receive Sam Afari, the brother of Kentucky commit last year, Alex Afari.
The kickoff goes into the end zone.
As that kickoff goes into the end zone, so 1 minute 13 on the clock for Lakota West. They're going to be starting at their own 20-yard line. They've got that speed and that big playability. Let's see if they can make something happen.
And Adam, I can't help but have flashbacks to last year at our homecoming game.
Yeah, I'm getting a little nervous.
Just going up and mossing Zach Rogers in the end zone, scoring a touchdown and just silencing the crowd right before halftime. Now here at home,
West takes over 1st and 10
Mitch
from their
Bolden
20-yard line.
Got to be looking to replicate that.
And if any team's going to do it, it's going to be Lakota West. As Bolden takes the snap, he's looking towards the middle of the field, but he's going to be taken down by the Comets. And the energy on the Mason sideline right now is electric. That was a huge play.
And Bryce Falk, the team captain, he's had a terrific season. Leads the Comets in sacks and TFLs. Gets the big hit. That's the Comets' 4th sack already today.
And yeah, if there's any weak spot on this Lakota West team, it's the offensive line. The Comets doing a great job of exploiting it tonight. 43 seconds left in the first half. Lakota West letting that clock run down. Bolden takes it himself, and he's going to be stuffed as he attempts the quarterback run. Coach Kastner running down, calls a timeout, and he's hoping Comets might be able to get another possession in.
And yeah, you only probably get one play, but the Comets, they've got some wrinkles up their sleeve, trying to just get one play, one chance to throw a shot against these DBs. I wonder how confidence booster that would be. But oh my goodness, the Comets defensive line has been spectacular so far tonight. Mitch Bolden getting hit every time he drops back. And when you're Lakota West, you live and die by your passing game. You don't have an established run game. You play a team like the Comets that has such a dominant pass rush. It makes it difficult, certainly. Comets exploiting that.
Both teams have 2 timeouts left. Lakota West called their first early on in the first quarter. But that was huge for Mason. And, Andrew, I'm taking more of a conservative approach to this. But I do think Lakota West has more of a big play ability than the Comets. And very risky decision by Coach Kastner.
Oh, yeah.
Because if Lakota West, because they were just going to let the clock run out and head into halftime. But if they are to make a big play here, that could be detrimental.
Kastner.
But let's think with the glass half full now.
Really believing in his defense.
Yeah.
And
as Bolden is going to be pressured again and taken down. There's going to be a fumble. Let's see who comes out on top with it. And Bolden's going to recover it himself.
And another timeout.
The
Comets going to return a punt right around midfield. They're going to have a chance, maybe two. 21 seconds left on the clock. And all of the momentum on the Comets side. These last few minutes, they've been a different football team.
And this is electric. This is the momentum they need. I was just kind of bashing on Coach Trask's decision, but, the fumble by Mitch Bolden, that's going to push Lakota West back even further for a 4th and a 22. And so Sean Krugerberg, he's returning at, inside of Lakota West territory at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Lakota West. This is not the first half they wanted. The first half
No.
they expected. The Comets came in as underdogs, and they're loving that mentality, playing up to it tonight. Lakota West definitely underestimated the threat of this Comet defense.
Back deep to receive.
And, worst case scenario, the Comets,
Number 33,
come out with a field goal here, time the game up.
Krugerberg.
As Sean Krugerberg back to receive. He's going to field it at the 50. He's going to be taken down at the Lakota West 38-yard line. So 11 seconds left on the clock. Comets have enough time for about one play. They've got one timeout in their two timeouts. They've got one timeout in their arsenal.
Yeah. Ben Minnick did a great job making that punt go up high and taking a lot of time off the clock. And now a penalty just from very, very late. And we'll be watching to see who this is on. If this is on Lakota West, the Comets all of a sudden are in field goal range.
And
but I don't think it's going to be on.
I think it's going to be on the Comets. Coach Kastner's not happy. So we'll await the official ruling. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the receiving team, the Comets. And that's going to push them back 15 yards.
Against Mason.
Yeah, Comet was pretty late coming out of that. The
15-yard
huddle after the tackle, and that's a silencer right there. Comets had so much momentum. You were going to get the ball at the 38, and now you're pushed back in your own territory. 11 seconds. Larson Brown has the arm to make a play downfield, but it certainly is a lot more difficult.
And you'll look to see the Comets testing the left side. Jack Ryder has been guarded by the youngest Minnick as Brown drops back, looking towards the center of the field. He's going to find his target. Timeout by Coach Kastner. 6 seconds left on the clock.
And that's what I mean by it makes things difficult. Get about 8 yards right there.
Larson Brown to number 20.
If there had been no penalty, the Comets are getting that, they're now lining up at the 30-yard line. Instead, they're at the 45.
Timeout.
So 6 seconds on the clock. They're at
Ladies and gentlemen, again, tonight
the Lakota West 47-yard line. And again, like we talked about, at the 47-yard line, take that 15-yard penalty out of consideration, and they're at the Lakota West 32-yard line now. Much more manageable. That would be a very tough call for Coach Kastner. Are they going to test Colson Bunch, the new kicker? I don't think so.
Especially not in a game against Lakota West. You're going for a statement.
You're going for a statement. So we'll likely see a Hail Mary here.
Yeah, and a Hail Mary, that's a situation where you definitely side with Lakota West, with them having the advantage because of those 3-star defensive backs. But Comets potentially could opt for some trickery here, knowing they don't want to test their secondary.
So trips to the right for Mason, 2nd down and 3. As Brown drops back, he's looking towards his 3 receivers on the right. And he's going to take a big hit as the final seconds wind down. That's going to end the first half of play here from Lakota West High School. The Firebirds leading the Comets 10-7. But Andrew, it's been a very close game. Make sure you stay tuned here on Mason Sports Radio for the second half action in this huge GMC contest.